Not normally. Maybe
Welcome back to the Royal Melbourne Tennis Club. We have a growing crowd here. Everyone is waiting with great anticipation for this upcoming final of the 2016 Australian men's doubles final. As you can see out there, the players are just finishing their warm-up. We have Rob Fahey, the world champion, playing alongside Chris Chapman, and they are playing against Kieran and Ben Matthews. So we have two fantastic doubles teams playing this evening. Joining me tonight in the commentary box, we have Philip Barker. How are you, Philip?
I'm very well, thanks, Ed. Looking forward to this, obviously. And I don't get out a lot.
Come off it, Philip. Everywhere I go, I see you. You're at the MCG one day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final of the 2016 Australian Open doubles. Best of 5 6-game sets.
The voice you're hearing is the voice of our marker. Paul Tabley will be marking this final this evening. Players are just doing their final preparations. Rob looking as fit as always. Just another 4 months away from his latest World Championship defence. But in the meantime, he has an Australian Open doubles title to try and capture.
I'd like to introduce the players at the hazard end of the court. Robert Fahey, World Champion, and Chris Chapman.
Very good.
And at the serving end of the court, Kieran Booth and Ben Taylor Matthews. First set, Kieran Booth to serve, Robert Fahey to receive. Good luck. Play. Nearly a yard worth.
There we have it. The very first point ends in a chase.
No strokes. Fault. Two chases, nearly a yard worth, and chase the line.
2 chases, 2 on the trot. So tell me, Philip, do you have a tip for this match?
I don't. No, I'm looking forward. We're all looking forward to an exciting match. Everyone's in form, and it'd be nice to see a 5-7, quite frankly, wouldn't it?
I couldn't agree more.
We're here for the long term, and we've all had an early dinner.
5 sets watching these.
Lovell, nearly a yard worse than the last. $15 love. Would have been chased off, wouldn't it?
Fortuitous net cord there for the
chase the line.
Team.
Oh. Not up. 15-all.
Do you think there's a little added incentive down the other end, Philip, for Kieran and Matthews? They could really turn their Australian Open fortunes around by winning this evening. Ben,
well, yeah, obviously they're very. Ben was very disappointed. You watched the match yesterday, and first 4 games to him, and then Rob took command. There's some superb rallies. Wasn't a great deal in it, was there, in the first?
No, I mean Ben took the first 4 games last night, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then not too many more.
Nice.
Crisp finish there, straight into the grill.
40-15.
Now Ben, of course, was playing in his second Australian Open final, which is a tremendous effort in itself. And we've seen some good performances this week from Chris Chapman.
As a chase, 40-15.
And I'd have to highlight John Lumley as well, even though he's not playing this evening. He's had a fantastic event.
Well, they've all displayed excellent temperament. I don't know a lot about temperament, as you know, but it's nice to see Chris Chapman do so well. His game seems to, because I've seen quite a lot of him because he's a pro here.
Has it worse than 2? 40-15.
Every year seems to get stronger. What do you think?
Absolutely, you're spot on. I know the talk from the tour is that he's
First
really
game.
into his game in particular in the last 18 months. They're really starting to look to him now to join that final group, if you like, those who are going to be the future challengers of the World Championship. He's perhaps not there yet, but I think he's
15
just
love.
one good performance away from it.
$30 love.
Yeah, it's been some nice cut.
Last gallery, 30 love.
I really like the way Ben moves on court.
Yes, it all looks very easy, doesn't it, this level? Just so easy.
40 love. Last gallery.
Very rarely are they caught out of position. I was speaking to Mike Apple earlier. He's grown a beard over the summer. And looking very rugged, very handsome. And he said his comment was in relation to Rob Fahey with the challenge coming up in May, how Rob has increased his ability to deceive. You know, his options for shots.
Yes.
Servers lead, the last gallery.
Are far greater even than 10, 15 years ago.
I'm sure that's right, but I'm still stuck on the comment of Mike Apple being a handsome man.
Yes, well, you know,
I think it must be a generation.
Yeah, that's probably being slightly generous. I mean, Snow would appreciate that comment.
I'm sure we can work him into the conversation later on.
2 games to love. First set.
Depends how long we're here.
Well, he had a good open as well. He fronted in the doubles and played very well.
He did. Very, very steady tennis. Just and he won't be listening to this commentary, but I can say same touch, same length, but not quite the power required in some of the shots.
That's possibly true, but I think, well, I'll tell you what, he chose his double partner well, which, when of course,
30 love.
With Camden's withdrawal from the event, leaving John without a partner, and Julian stepped in. And
it worked well, didn't it?
Oh, John has had, I'm very confident, his best open to date. His victory over Kieran was a big milestone for him, and he looked very much at home out in the doubles court earlier in the week. Ben Matthews was notionally the best player on the court, but John...
Better than second? Worse,
John
thank you.
every bit his equal.
Yeah. It's all very promising for the game, seeing the young players coming up.
40 love and a hazard.
Well, this could be a long evening.
Well, everyone in the club here will be hoping so. You can see the top tiers starting to fill up as well. I can see the side galleries are looking largely full, and there is plenty of people to hear down in the club rooms. We've been very lucky the last few days. We've had well in excess of 100 people watching the matches. I don't think we're quite there. Oh, well, and I think we're probably getting there. We're not there yet. We will be in the next half hour or so.
As the chase, worse than the second gallery, 40 love servers. Game to the servers, 1 game to 2.
Well, there were a couple of 100 people in the club last night. The matches and the opening cocktail party for the Boomerang.
Oh, exactly. No, it was great atmosphere. It's not often we have those sort of numbers in the club, as you know, Philip. World Championships, but we found another way to do it.
Well, very enthusiastic Melbourne people.
$15 love.
Another little unforced error.
Time, please. 15 all.
Yeah, we have a very enthusiastic local crowd, don't we? And we're lucky at the moment. We've also got the equally enthusiastic visitors. We've got 60 to 70 people from overseas in the club at the moment.
That's marvellous. And as we've said, well, probably several times, lovely to see a team
Chase the door, 15 all.
representation from Holland, America and France.
Fantastic, isn't it? We've got the full complement of real tennis playing nations.
Yes. Straight down the middle, finished nicely.
30-15. Second. The door and the second.
Execution there from Chris Chapman. He backhand straight off the tambour and flipped it into the second gallery.
You're playing the boomerang. You've got a team, haven't you?
I do, Philip, thank you. I'm playing with the RMTC's Pennant Knights.
Disappointed. You watched the match yesterday. And first 4 games to him, and then Rob took command.
Receivers lead 30-15.
In the first.
No, I mean,
Chase the door.
First 4 games last night, didn't he?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how Kieran plays.
Not too many more.
Nice pace. We all know he favours a lot of hard hitting.
He does.
Certainly in singles.
30 all. Second gallery.
He does it partly strategically, and I think it's in his nature as well. Let a little bit of that frustration that can build up in this game vent a little steam by hitting the ball hard. Oh, lovely defence there from Matthews, but execution there from Fahey.
40-30.
It's a little rough, isn't it, when you play a shot that could be deemed a shot of the match, only to watch the... You have to defend more than once in this game, don't you?
I think we're going to be suggesting there's quite a few shots of the match.
That's a hazard chase, 40-30.
And then find there's yet another shot of the match.
Yeah. I remember Chris when he first played in Australia here at the RMTC a few years back, and the one thing we saw early on was the massive backhand that he had. He has a squash background, and time and time again as he learnt the rest of the game, the one thing he had naturally was this
hazard chase 1 and 2.
That came out of nowhere. Huge pace.
40-30 receivers. Hazard chase.
He perhaps uses his wrist, in those days anyway, uses his wrist a little more than most. Yeah.
Over.
Missed that one.
Thank you. 3 games to 1.
Right.
Better than the second. Both chasing.
Look, one of those serves that to we amateurs look like a fantastic railroad, but at the pro level, 2 or 3 inches off the service wall, and Rob Fahey swats it main wall into the dead on.
Next to your dear wife, if you want.
Rob achieved a lot of openings last night. I don't know what the statistics were, Owen, but it seemed to be a lot of grills and dead-ends.
Yeah.
Better than second gallery.
Yes, once he had those first 4 games out of the way, he really started to... He gained his focus, didn't he?
Yeah, it's almost as if he's just measuring what was going on and working out exactly how he's going to play it. His skill level is so high, he's got so many options. Probably clean shot into the grill from Chapman.
15 love, better than the second gallery. Lost the chase. 30 love.
Chapman's so consistent on the return, receiving return, service end. It's going to be hard to get past him.
40 love.
Scenario.
Interesting, yes, as Rob's serving, and you've got Chapman playing the sweeping role. If only
4 games to 1.
the returner could get the ball back over the net.
Yes. Hot day tomorrow, and 38 in Melbourne.
38 degrees.
Predicted.
I'm very happy to say I'm not going to be playing tennis tomorrow. With that, but plenty of other people will. We'll have the Pro-Am on tomorrow, which is one of the fundraising events we have for the professionals.
Yeah, that's a great event.
15 love.
I was putting in for a bid, but my pension couldn't quite afford it.
Sounds like you're on the wrong pension. No, we were very lucky yesterday evening when we held the Pro-Am. Some very generous people got involved, including
That's what you need.
a large contingent, the American team. I highlight their generosity. Between them, they
shot.
bought
Gallery.
4 of the professionals who are up for sale.
First chase, it's 15
Sierra
love.
from Ben
Receivers
Matthews.
lead.
Good
1
shot.
chase. Boop.
Good hands there from Chris Chapman.
15 all. Second.
Tell you who's just earlier when we were watching the
30-15.
the ladies' final, the fantastic hands at the net from both Saskia Bollum and Tara Lumley. Did you see the volleying exchanges between those two?
I did, yeah, very good.
40-15. Second gallery.
Well, Saskia is the least experienced player. Did extremely well. Very few unforced errors.
She was fantastic. Obviously, Claire and Penny being the experienced campaigners for each side, doing the majority of the running at the back of the court. But Saskia's volleying was crisp and powerful, and Tara's hands were working extremely hard as she protected the grill. I think it bodes well for the future of the game to see those two coming through. They clearly have a lot of talent.
Second gallery.
Saskia Bollum,
40-15.
it was her first
Receivers
national
lead.
Open title, and you suspect it will be
Second
the first
gallery.
of many to come in the next few years.
Indeed. Well, hopefully the Dutch can get their own court organised. Oh!
I'm not sure they need one, Phil.
Came for a confident volley.
They travel
Just
once a year
missed
to
30-40.
Australia now to play tennis, and they travel, I think, once or twice to. I think they head over to. Is it Radley?
It's mainly Radley.
Radley?
Apparently, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how many hits a year do you need to win a national title? They were here last year for our Roo Cup, where they stole most of the silverware.
Game to the receivers. 5 games to 1. First set 5-1.
This has gone very quickly.
Oh, that's a
Worse than two.
smart shot.
They seem to have the right combination. That is Ben taking Rob Fahey's return and
15
serve.
love.
To serve very tightly.
I just feel Kieran Booth has been out of sorts in this tournament.
15 all.
I've seen him play so well in the last few years.
He would have been disappointed with that match, and all credit to John Lumley, but of course he'd be disappointed. He was the favourite.
30-15.
He's put a lot of hard work in, Kieran Booth. As we know here, his annual leave is spent going over to England, playing in the National League whenever he can. His training schedule, his gym work, practicing, people don't see all that. Same as Mike Happel, just hard work.
40-15, worse than
Or
2
just ability.
yards.
The labour of love,
40-50.
you know,
Yeah.
as you say. Kieran has travelled to all the Opens for the last 2 years, if not 3. Other matches besides. He's the world number 8 these days, and I think he has been ranked number 6.
Yes, indeed, not so long ago.
There's this group coming through. You have Kieran, but Ben Matthews, Chris Chapman, and John Lumley, you feel, is about to join them. They're that next group. They're almost ready. What you feel one of them at least is going to break
40-15.
out and show that they're that ready to go
Service
to that next
lead.
tier
Yes.
and into
Worse
the
than
top
2.
5.
Short.
That's not typical of
Lost the chase.
He's usually
Game
pretty
and the
accurate.
first set to the servers.
the posts. Now the question is, will they change the combination? What do
Who'll
you
be
think?
serving, please?
Well,
receiver.
we
Fahey to
lost
serve.
the first set 6-1. With
Taylor's Matthews to receive.
You'd think you try and change something, but then again, Ben is clearly the dominant player at the other end. So you're going to want to maximise
15 love.
his ability to play the game. So once again, it's Fahey to Matthews.
Short.
Apart from Hobart, of course, this is probably, I'd imagine, Rob's favourite court.
You'd think so. He's won the World Championship 4 times here, is it? Or 5?
15 all.
I was reflecting on the challenges as well.
All up.
The thing that matters so much to him is the defending his World Championship. So he's had at least 2 here, hasn't he?
Oh, it's more than that.
So it's
He's had
3, yeah, since 19.
He won it here in combination with New York back in '94.
Yeah.
He defended it against Julian Snow here in the '90s. He defended it against
Shot.
Steve Fagona here 6 years
Caught
ago.
okay,
and,
Kev?
and he defended it against Camden.
You've got a good memory. It's all a blur to me now. That's what happens,
30-15. Oh,
Just not sure whether I've missed one. Was there another one in the '90s? Did he defend it against Wayne Davies here as well?
Good point. Should know these things, because we would have been here. Another one.
You would have. You would have been here.
Yes. Well, of course, I'm a lot older than you are.
40-15.
But you possibly, definitely, but you do dress better.
So I'll take that as a great
Better than
compliment.
half a yard, has it?
We should start wearing a pocket handkerchief.
Have to get a shirt with a pocket in it first. Or a
I'm
jacket.
probably breathing cigar smoke all over you. I only smoke one cigar maybe a year. It's not celebrated the birth of any children. But our treasurer, Rudy Michelson, offered me a cigar before play started, and he tells me because he can't support the communist regime in Cuba, he won't smoke Cuban cigars, so he has
40-15. Receivers lead.
Cubans who
has
live
it
in
better than
Miami
half.
apparently brought the seeds of the tobacco
Oh.
plant, planted them in Miami, and produced their own version of Cuban cigars.
He was a very
And
thoughtful
they're
man.
called something like mini Havanas.
A very thoughtful man is Rudy Michelson. We've always said so.
Only sometimes.
First game, second set.
Yes, he was very generous, passing around cigars that had been
Go.
kept strictly within the humidor. Nice,
15
nice
love.
force there from
Good
Chapman.
force, yeah. Very measured pace, very controlled, disciplined player, isn't he, Chris Chapman?
He always, in fact, he always was too, Philip. When he started, he
Better
spent 3
than the
years here at
door,
our
15
club,
love.
and I one of the things that made him stand out was his discipline. When he was given a blueprint of how to go about becoming a professional, he took it to heart. He went to the gym, he put
30 love.
fitness regime was put to him, which he followed diligently. He practiced on court. He did all those things you'd like to see when he was then a junior professional do.
Second
And you
gallery,
can see
2
the
chases,
results
30
now.
love.
He's made every step a winner. Every year he looks to have got better.
I'll give a plug for my wife Diane. She's a dietitian nutritionist, and she was very keen to assist Chris with his diet early on.
That's right.
He had the most extraordinary diet, and yet was top A-grade pennant squash player.
30 love.
At least, I think, yes, I was going to say.
Service lead better than the door. Better than the door.
And I do recall now, that's right, Diane was his nutritionist, dietitian. We also
15-30.
sponsored him.
Second gallery.
Through a personal trainer in the gym.
Yeah, the club is appropriately very generous and very encouraging. Big wind up.
40-15.
You won't be happy with that.
No, it didn't look good. There we go. It's the difference.
2 games to love. Second set.
Confident, moving forward.
Oh, and this is all happening a bit too quickly, isn't it?
Well,
what do you think?
The other end.
What do you think
They need to find a circuit
Ben and
breaker.
Kieran can do about this?
I would be going back to the basics, trying to slow the match down. Make sure the ball goes over the net,
The line.
as opposed to forcing it into the base of the net like we just
well, it's
saw.
a bit unlucky. Hit the bando. That's going to be punished, isn't it?
5 yards. 2 chases.
Timing's everything, isn't it, Philip?
Apparently.
Well, what can they do? One thing they can do, of course, is win the serve. But they do desperately need to steady, don't they? Otherwise this match could be over very shortly.
Well, they're a bit of talking to each other.
Chase the line.
Kieran will take advice.
That's right. No, it's Ben and Rob.
That's nice to see. Even at that level, they can be a bit vague. Forgotten who was receiving.
Really good serve there from Ben Matthews.
15 love.
It's worked out well, this
5
window, hasn't it,
yards.
this viewing window?
Yes, it must be 10 years old now. We're really putting it to good use. Serving us very well here in the Barker guest commentary booth.
15 all.
Yes. Good shot. Chris not able to defend.
30-15. Fault.
A rare
40-15.
racked error then from Chris. But he did go with the 2 hands, didn't he?
There's a chance for a kill. No, and again.
Oh, Kieran. Oh.
Well, there's the pace.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Can't take a trick at the moment, can he?
30-40.
No. There we go. Pretty predictable, isn't it? Once he gets
Deuce.
Fahey, main wall, dead on.
once he gets space like that.
Number 27,342.
Covering of the timbre by Chapman, anticipation.
Receives advantage.
Nice serve there. We're very lucky. We've been joined in the commentary booth by the RMTC president. Fred Kinroff is here.
Rare point.
Cheers.
You can give me a head massage if you want to, Fred.
Good news is, with the arrival of the president, that usually means that drinks and cake will be arriving shortly.
I've been waiting, waiting 3 days for that.
He was already prepared.
Too much pace.
Game. 3 games to love, first set.
Oh dear, chances
Well,
are
we said at the
slipping
beginning
away.
of this match we were expecting a pretty tight, well-fought battle here, and at least a set from
15 love.
Kieran and Ben. It's not working out that way at all, is it?
No, it's hard to say that this is tight at the moment. They've won 1 game.
15 all. $30-15.
What beautiful hands.
Just can't get past him.
Yard worse than the last.
The touch.
30-15. $40-15 and a chase, a yard worse than the last gallery.
A rare error from Fahey, and he's predictably irritated with himself.
If you look on the camera there, everyone, just behind us, we have the latest ladies Australian doubles
Saskia.
champion, Saskia Bollerman.
Well done. Well played.
She's pretty happy, and she should be too.
A yard worse than last gallery. 40-15 receivers.
No, it's too easy. All the time in the world.
30-40.
It's not able to put enough pressure on, are they?
No, there are some good shots, but they're not stringing enough of them
Roll.
together.
Simple bobble.
Better than 4 yards.
That's some result at least. It's interesting to see Rob used some high wall serves yesterday very successfully against Ben.
Absolutely. Do you think that was strategic for the match, or do you think he was possibly trying to conserve some of his energy, or possibly conserve his shoulders?
Could have been all those things. I just think opportunity.
30-40, servers lead.
He was ahead. He was
better than 4 yards.
Leading the match, very relaxed, and just try something for your pleasure of it, I think.
Lost the chase game, 1 game to 3.
Good, they're on the ball.
There we go. It's often all it takes, isn't it, to win one game?
Oh, that's a beautiful shot.
And then you get a shot like that from Booth.
That'll cheer Kieran up.
Yes.
15 love.
Lovely shot.
Go. Yep. 15 all.
Oh dear. That's an unusual.
30-15. Ball up, Penny.
Unforced error from Matthews.
Yes, that's
Very disappointed with that sort of shot.
Receivers lead 30-15.
Yes, power, low.
40-15.
Come off the back wall for a good chase, otherwise, wouldn't it?
I think so. It's just hit, yeah. Strong and flat. Oh, here we go.
4 games
See
to
Rob
1.
move like
Second
that, I
set.
can think of a place I wouldn't like to be.
No, it's a little overwhelming at the moment. The boys just can't get any rhythm.
Rob's just wringing his hand there. I know he's got a small niggle, but...
Has it?
Oh, yes, he does. He's had a little strain in his hand, but
15 love.
nothing that's going to slow him down too much. Take that.
30 love.
Well, clearly the viewers can see what's happening here, but rather unusual. Maybe a bit too relaxed.
15-30.
Rob.
He's not impressed with himself.
No.
$40-15.
Yes. Thought he had it. Well played. Nicely finished from Kieran Booth.
Well, that was all. There's a smile. There
Yes,
we go.
he's smiling. Well, that's a good
30-40.
sign.
Juice. Short.
Well played. Well played from Ben Matthews.
Advantage.
Up the timbre.
Service advantage, 1 fault.
Slowing the ball down, just keeping it going.
Here's a nice rally.
The door.
It's nice to see the flags flying. All the nations. So
Well,
how's the boomerang going, Owen?
it's settling in very well, Philip. As we've said before, we have 30 teams from around the world, 160 odd players playing this year in our 14th Boomerang Cup.
14th. So 14th by, so it's 28 years.
Exactly. It's been going for
Chase
a
the
long
door.
time now, and it's going from strength to strength.
Receiver's advantage. The door.
We've never missed one, have we?
No,
There's been a
we've
gap.
we never missed one, Philip. We
I
did.
mean, I don't mean you and I.
We had an extra. No, we had an extra one. We went back to back one year.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I got a little excited one year, and we finished one, and I stood up and said,
Cheers.
"Let's do it all again next year."
Yes. Is that a good idea?
Well,
It all worked out?
the marriage survived. Just no, it worked out. What an overhead smash there from Chapman.
Yeah, begin to play lawn tennis.
Advantage. Court.
Shows his
Game
frustration
to
and
the servers. 5 games to 1.
manages that shot.
5
that-
games to
Second
1.
set
Well,
and 1 set to love.
I'm not sure what we can say. Let's not say anything. Yes.
Very nice.
Lovely
Chapman
shot.
showing his
15 love.
Easy winning gallery.
Well, Philip, you were talking about the fantastic
30
cigar
love.
you had earlier. When you finished a great cigar, what's the red wine of choice that you would probably have after that?
No wine was
No wine.
No fortified wine.
Of course.
And good Australian liqueur muscat goes well. But I think
40 love.
if you're a very, very fine cigar, you don't want any distractions. Concentrate on the cigar, finish the cigar, and then have a fortified wine. Vintage port, liqueur muscat, Tokay. But I know very little about cigars.
Stroke.
But I'm enormously
15, 40.
knowledgeable about wine, as you know. At least
Indeed.
that's what I tell everyone.
Indeed, that's why I asked. And
It was kind of you to give me that opportunity to.
it sounds like almost perhaps commentary gets in the way, does it?
Well, I'm very privileged to be asked to commentate. As I explained before, rank amateur, no lessons, no instruction, no guidance.
Has it better than a yard. 15, 40.
But I've really enjoyed it. It's
Well, it's been good fun doing it with you too, Philip. Philip, I know our time in the commentary booth is coming to an end shortly at the end of this set.
I just asked the president if he wants to come in for the last part.
And then I'd appeal to the other referee.
15-40, receivers lead. Hazard chase. Hazard better than a yard.
Well, they needed that.
30-40. Yard better than the first gallery.
Well, it just goes to show you've got two very fine players in Kieran Booth and Ben Matthews, but when you're playing at this level and against a pair working so well together, Chapman and Fahey, you can only play as well as your opponents allow you to play.
They do. They look
30-40.
formidable at the moment, don't they? It's hard to see
A yard better than the first gallery.
the opposing pair coming back from here, but stranger things have happened.
Rushed shot from Chris Chapman. That's
Juice.
unusual.
Just maybe, if they can win this game, that will provide them with a little opportunity that they need to get back into this match.
Well played. Confident force from Ben Matthews.
Advantage.
That must have felt good.
Yes, indeed. And then follows up with that, unfortunately.
And
High part of the net.
I don't know
Juice.
about you, Philip, but I've found over the years sometimes the worst thing that can happen is when I actually make a shot into the dead on.
Fault.
Then one keeps trying to do it again.
Two yards.
Nice
That is
shot
a lovely
from
shot.
Booth. And with this change of ends, I'm going to say
Two
good
chase.
evening to you all, but welcome into the commentary booth to join Philip Barker is club president, Mr. Fred Kinnemoff.
It's Juice. The first chase is 2 yards.
Good evening, Fred.
Hello there, Philip. How's it all travelling here in this terrific
Well, you
afternoon
can see what's
in,
happening.
Melbourne?
It's very disappointing for this pair, and a little disappointing for those of us who are hoping for a
Advantage.
good competitive match.
3 yards.
They played some fine shots, but just not enough against the Fahey Chapman combination.
Juice.
Look,
It's not over yet, of course, not over, but it's not looking.
well, Chappie and Rob would have to be the two informed players of the tournament, I would have thought. And they're showing again in the doubles as a pairing.
It's hard to get past them. Simple as that. Hard to get a winner. Well,
Yeah, Rob Fahey puts one off the wood. It's very rare that he does that.
Service advantage.
You know, he quite likes taking his champagne off the wood, but that's about it.
Juice.
Well, this final game in the second set's taking a bit of time.
well, they're not giving up, nor should they. Not giving up. Fight to the end. Well, that was inevitable, wasn't it?
3 and 4 Juice.
Yeah, Chappie looking for a changeover, forgot the score. He's in pretty good nick, I think, Chappie, at the moment. He's enjoying his tennis.
Chance for Ben Matthews. And he takes it. Well done.
Yeah, great play, Ben.
Unplayable shot.
Great play, Ben. So,
It's advantage in a reasonable chase. Advantage to receivers.
I think, you know, Ben showing a little bit of frustration, and nice to see him hitting out a bit on that shot, Philip. Really, really good to see. Kieran hasn't had the finest of tournaments so far. Love to see him come good. Really start to hit those galleries like and the dead-ons as he usually does. He practices here often at Melbourne,
to the
of course,
receivers.
and you often
3
see
and
him
4.
in a practice court, just having a really, really good hit out, really forcing it into the dead-ons. And today, in this last week,
Juice.
he really has not found the openings
no,
like
he
he
hasn't.
usually has.
I would like to be playing against Kieran socially next week.
Good point.
And just get this game. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Advantage.
Ben just wrong-footed there, so an advantage to the servers.
Very rarely caught out of position, Ben Matthews. Nice return. But
Gee, Chappie's pretty good in the corner.
yes,
He's done
it's hard,
really
well,
well.
it's been hard to get past them.
I suppose you'd step up a little bit playing next to Rob Fahey, wouldn't you?
Second.
Philip?
I can't even imagine, Fred. Can't imagine. Just such a delight to watch these top players wherever you are, whichever club you're in, to watch this level of play, and forward to this once a year. And then we've got the World Championships for those who are able to attend in May. The World Championship in Newport, Rhode Island, and
a couple of terrific eliminators coming up prior to that.
Is it better than the second gallery's receiver's advantage?
All very exciting.
Oh.
Good to see Tabs on the money on the calls.
Game and the second set, 6 games to 1.
Right. Now, what can they possibly do here?
Well, the
All
crowd.
things in order. Are they changing?
Crowd
No, they
enjoying.
can't,
Third set.
No, they can't. No, crowd enjoying the tennis. And
same combinations.
And yeah, we're sticking with the
Love.
combination. Rob Fahey puts another one into the winning gallery, but this time probably similar to how you put it in, Philip. Is that right? From the receiver's end?
That's very unkind, Fred. Yes, you're right.
I've seen you put away some nice winners, Philip.
You've been very generous with your comments, Fred. I hope you maintain
Stroke
that
15
generosity outside the commentary box.
Indeed. I like the way that Ben was very trusting of Kieran as he tees off with a heavy forehand into the grill, straight over his back.
No doubt. Total confidence.
Worse than he had, 15 all.
I remember Philip doing that in
First chase.
dropping down in front of Richard Simpson, the club vice president here at Royal Melbourne Tennis Club, and Simo didn't hit as accurately as
Worse than he had again.
as Ben did, and he certainly updated me with a tennis ball, as they call it, the furry enema.
Oh, crikey.
And
You're allowed to say things like that on...
I think we can. It goes to a very small audience, Philip.
And yes, they're very knowledgeable and insightful too, aren't they? They'd understand what you're saying.
Absolutely. They know all about it. All about that, Philip, for sure.
Pause in play.
So what's happening here? It looks like Rob's doing something just off court. We can't quite see it.
Well, I don't think he's changing his shirt.
No, he's changing his socks and shoes. Something going on there. Chappie signalling to the crowd that he might need some water or some other fluids to be brought on court. So they're taking the time. Ben looks like he wants to take this match on single-handedly.
Still keen. Come. Thank you for inviting me to commentate, Fred and Owen. And
15.
of course, I have Mike Apple's quite appropriately going to take over from me, and you'll get a very informed commentary for the
15
last
all.
set. Well, not
Worse
the last
than
set,
a yard.
hopefully 3 more sets. Thank you very much.
Oh, terrific, Philip. Thanks for joining us. And as play continues, we'll have Mark Happel, former club champion many times over,
receivers,
joining us in the commentary box up here on the mezzanine level. Yeah, lovely cut volley by
40-15.
Ben Matthews. Drags the error out of Chappie.
And half a yard worse than 2 has it.
Just do a little bit of maintenance for Mike. There we go.
The camera's on the game, not on us at this stage.
A little bit closer in there, Mike, and
Thank
we're
you.
looking pretty good. Well, I don't know about looking pretty good. I've just had a look at Mike, and he's furnishing a newly
40-15 has it, half a yard worse than 2.
beard, and what would you call that you're wearing on your face there at the moment, Mike?
It's because I can.
But
Bit of holiday cheer. Yeah, bit of holiday cheer.
Fantastic. Well, I'm sure that you'll pick up a little bit of this when we cross to the commentators
30-40.
camera. But Mike certainly looks like he's been enjoying his holiday. You've been actually travelling over to the States, haven't you, Mike?
I have, yeah. So, a little one-sided here, Freddie.
It is, Mike. So let's just see whether Ben and Kieran can pull something out of the bag here and get back into this match.
Yeah, it's Chappie's. You can see the improvement in Chappie's game since we last saw him here in Melbourne. Very, very steady, still generating lovely power, but not overhitting. And Kieran's not having his best day in the office today, so that's probably what's causing this to be as one-sided as it is at the moment.
I really like Chappie's form.
Yeah,
I think up the other end,
very good.
up the receiver's end, we're seeing Rob and Chappie, two in-form players, I think, for the tournament.
Yeah, Rob's playing terrific doubles, as you'd expect from him.
Game.
Terrific. Great to see the first game going to the Matthews-Booth combination.
Third set.
Interestingly, it took us, I was doing the refereeing there before, so I was keeping my eye on the scorecard, and it took us 9 games to get a juice game in this match, so it was very one-sided early on. Sorry, 10 games, I should say. It was the third game of the second set.
Well, that would have disappointed both
15-love.
these competitors. Kieran and Ben, very competitive fellows, and they would have wanted a better start than that.
Yeah.
Stroke.
Yeah, nice slow pace there by Rob. Just changed it
15
up. Difficult
all.
shot to play down the wall. High on his backhand. Awkward bounce.
Not so evident today in the doubles, but one thing I noticed about his game yesterday, since we last saw him here,
second 15-all,
was the amount of disguise he's got in his game has increased, which is a great feat. He seems to his strength in his younger days was just terrific execution. But you tended to know where the ball was going, whereas at the moment he seems to have developed additional options from almost every point on the court. And I thought yesterday it was incredibly difficult for Ben to read where he's hitting the ball. You don't see that so much of a feature in the doubles as you do the singles, but a great accolade for his game that he's still developing it at this stage.
Chappie taking the opportunity then when he came out loose by Ben. He'd be disappointed, Ben.
He's just so accurate on that main wall force today, Chappie. So accurate. And it doesn't look like he's hitting it hard, but of course he's got so much
40-30 and a hazard.
Well, on that shot, you wouldn't really practice hitting in a dead-on from the hazard second gallery, would you?
No, although in the practice sessions you'll see these guys when they're practicing by themselves throwing all sorts of balls onto the roof and the back wall and practicing their footwork to step in and hit a main wall dead-ons from anywhere, really. So that's really important when you do get that loose one, no matter where in the court it is, that you do put it away a high percentage of time, and that's what Chappie's doing.
40-30, servers lead.
Chappie's playing with
Hazard
confidence,
chase,
and why
second
wouldn't you?
gallery.
Two sets in the bag.
Yep.
And ready to steady here. He certainly has been
Hazard
making
second gallery.
most of his the opening shots. He really is finding, winning galleries, grills, dead-ons, base of the timber.
Yep.
Juice.
Making it easy for Rob, really. He's a great support.
Yep. Yeah, they're combining very well.
Second gallery, Juice.
Ben quite happy to put a bit of insurance there to come up to
Yep.
the service
Get
end.
the chase.
Yeah,
Get this in.
Advantage. Second gallery.
Endless change of pace from the world champion. very hard for their opponents to deal with, particularly given how consistently Chappie's smacking the ball. Good foil for each other in that regard.
You were mentioning before about Chappie's change of pace. He, as a youngster, he was a nice heavy hitter and liked to whack it around a bit. But
advantage receivers, second gallery.
Good control today.
Game. 1 game all.
It was also a pleasure to have Chappie in the commentary box yesterday for the men's singles final. Chappie, great insights. He plays with Rob at least a couple of times a week as his training partner as he warms up for the World Championship. It's a big honour, actually. For Chappie.
Absolutely. No, that's great. Certainly the big improver in this tournament.
15 all.
Finished by Kieran.
Yeah, good. And better persistence overall in the rally. Just looked a lot more solid in that rally. So let's hope he can find, just keep improving his form. And as I say that, we get an
30 all.
Off a pretty standard forehand volley return.
Ben's elected to go for a little bobble on quite a few occasions on the second serve. Nice little safe serve here in Melbourne.
Half yard worse than 6, 30 all.
But you need to control it pretty well, because if it's coming out, Rob's certainly going to be doing a main wall post.
Yeah.
With that as the usual default.
Well, you can't serve railroads like that one, and
advantage,
you can see
half a
Ben
yard
shaking
worse.
his head there. He knows
Sorry,
that.
40-30,
I thought he
half a yard
improved his railroad in the singles yesterday when he slowed it down a bit, but you've got to keep it as well as slow, fairly flat. You loop it like that, and it just came out too nicely for Rob.
That's exactly what was happening yesterday, Mike. I agree. He just had too much work on the ball, and it just would kick out, coming out to half a metre, and that's enough for Rob to get behind it and main wolf post into the.
Yeah, I thought he served better in that third set yesterday, but
he did. Yeah,
couldn't
half a
back
yard
it up
worse than 6
overall.
I think Chappie's railroad's been one of the ones which has been a great surprise for us to see in this tournament. That's why part of the reason why he was able to take Rob to 5 sets in the semi-final. Well read. Well read. Chris Chapman.
Good change up.
Yeah,
2 games
saw
to
that
1.
coming and moves up and takes it about a yard worse. Easy volley.
2 games to 1.
Into the winning gallery. He's moving well.
He's 2 yards.
I think he enjoyed that last winner.
Yep.
Nice smile across his face.
15 love.
There's the inconsistency that when Kieran's playing well, you don't see as much. He had a beautiful volley, the previous one, cut volley return, and then unfortunately that one into the net.
Nice backup by Kieran, defending the grill.
30 love.
As Ben goes up in front of the tambour, but Rob, sensing that, knew the forecourt was open and put away an easy winner.
Yeah, well, just great control though from Rob, just making sure that was hit slow enough and good enough length that it didn't come off the back wall, because it would have been pretty easy off the back wall, but didn't give them that option.
40 love, 2 yards.
Yeah, Rob had a little slight injury as he was for the first couple of rounds of the tournament. I think I've just had a notice that we're just about to go to a replay, so I'll pass over to you,
so much of a feature in the doubles as you do the singles, but a great
40 love,
great
2
accolade
yards.
for his game that he's still developing it at this stage.
2 yards. Lost it.
Yeah, showing great anticipation again, Chapman.
15-40.
Moving way up on in front of the winning gallery to cut off a ball. Good control to keep it still at length, but finish it off.
Good play from Kieran there. Nice and quick, and to make sure he didn't touch the net, and
30-40.
managed to pop it in the winning gallery. Always a crowd pleased the winning gallery from there.
Yeah, crowd love that one. Local boy does well.
Juice.
Wry smile crept across his face too. As the crowd went up in raptures. Got another good crowd here today.
Yeah,
Haven't we, Mike?
had a terrific crowd in yesterday.
Gee, we couldn't hear ourselves last night. In the
Very noisy for the
commentary
players.
box.
Lots of champagne being drunk. Got the edge.
Service advantage.
Oh, let's see if they can take it.
Yeah, they've come back
to
well
2-all.
in this game, so it'd be nice to see it go to 2-all from the point of view of competitiveness of the match.
Happy just misses that one.
Yeah, good steady play from Kieran. And
2 games all.
Well, that's great. Maybe we've got a game on our hands. Let's hope they can take some confidence out of that game there, mate.
Good angle,
6
Freddie,
yards.
on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good touch.
Always a
Chappie.
tough shot there. If you can just get a little bit of pace on that
No
backhand
strokes.
volley and split it between the guy at the back and the guy at the front. Doesn't leave a lot of options for the guys at the service end.
Yeah, particularly as the ball runs away from.
Yeah, such a pacey
player.
court here
Yeah.
in Melbourne.
And a hazard chase, thank you.
Rob couldn't
No
quite
strokes,
easily
2
played
chases.
that one, but decided he would get a bit of a laugh instead.
Not quite sure where he would have hit that one, but
Yeah, that's why I don't think he did.
so 2-all in the third set. 2 sets to love to Fahey and Chapman. Well on top at this stage.
Have Kieran and Ben lifted, or have Chappie and Rob taken the foot off the
A
accelerator?
bit early in the set to tell, really. But it looks a little bit more relaxed at both ends of the set, doesn't it? Somewhat. But
6
anyway, if they
yards,
can
no
keep the pressure off and
strokes,
sneak a
6
set,
yards.
then we'll have a match back on our hands.
Kieran just on the back foot there, a little
15
unbalanced.
love, hazard chase. Worse than the door. Hazard.
Rare confusion.
Indeed.
15-all.
A bit of a laugh between them.
Normally, you'd expect the man coming through from behind to take that one.
And that's what Rob, I think, was smiling about.
Except if I'm playing with Brett Richardson, in which case he takes them all.
Beautiful.
Hey, you're listening, Brett.
30-15.
He's pretty left-handed taking them all too, I would have thought.
Haven't seen Brett down at the club much. He's been heavily ensconced in a building project of a new house for himself, so I'll be pleasantly surprised if he's listening. He's probably, probably still doing a bit of joinery work at this hour.
40-15.
10 to 8 on a Tuesday night. Wouldn't be surprised if he's in the galleries there somewhere. He loves his doubles.
He does.
Game 3 games to 2.
Okay, Rob and Chappie picking up another one. Keeping the nose in front in this set. Nice serve by Chapman.
Yeah.
Change the pace, change the serve. Going back to the railroad though.
Thank you. Stroke. 15 all.
Nice shot. Then good angle.
30-15.
Took him 3 goes, but they were all pretty solid shots.
40-15.
Kieran can put
So
some weight behind.
yeah, let's hope he can keep getting a few more targets. If he can just increase that percentage of targets, the game could turn around a little bit. There we go, another one.
Oh, hit it too well.
Good hitting from Kieran.
3 games all.
Quick game there. And some good forcing from Booth.
Yeah, that's typical
We know
what
he's
you see
capable.
Rob do, isn't it,
Well,
Mark?
we know Kieran's capable of that, but it's just a case of the consistency.
1 fault. $15 love.
Rob showing his frustration then. A rare error.
Yeah, just a bit lazy on the footwork on that one.
1 fault. $30 love.
Well, wonder whether they can capitalise on this. And the Booth Matthews combination should sense an opportunity here.
First gallery, 30 love.
Yeah, good idea by Kieran. Looking for an early change as we get to a game point.
$40 love, the first gallery.
Yeah, nicely read by Ben, then coming up, defending the winning gallery, knowing Chappie's likes that shot. Draws an error from Chapman.
Gives them 40 love.
40.
Moving way up on
Apart from
the
being 1 love up
front
in
of the
this
winning
set.
gallery to cut off a ball. Good control to keep it still at length, but finish it off.
Good play from Booth, Kieran there. Kieran's good winning gallery from earlier on in the set. So apart from Booth and Matthews being 1 love up in this set, they haven't really been ahead at any stage in any set. So it'd be nice to see them go to 4-3 up here. They've got 3 opportunities, and we'll then see how the set evolves from there. The vital 7th game, as they say, Fred.
Time, please. This
Absolutely, Mark. Let's
Thank you.
see whether
40
they
love
can take
to the
this
service,
out.
the
40
first
love, play
gallery.
position.
Oh. 15-40.
Ben needs to put in a good serve here. Can't let Rob have a swing at this.
Serve was on the mark, had him guessing as to whether it was getting a second bounce on the penthouse.
Oh, disappointing.
Just a good
30-40.
change up from Chappie there.
Yeah.
Nice angle on the wall. Here's the opportunity. Well, that'll be very disappointing for them. 3 game points there, and they had quite a few opportunities at that point to capitalise, but not to be. Good defence from Fahey Chapman.
Juice. Advantage. One fault.
Oh, a bit of a let off there by Rob.
Juice.
Not the high point of the match, this game,
Yeah, yeah.
but it is in a really important game.
Yeah, Rob just let them off the hook then.
Absolutely. You just feel Matthews and Booth
Advantage.
have got to win this game if they're going to have any impact in this set.
That was a terrific serve by Ben, just picking up the edge. Top of the bando there on the second bounce, and had an opportunity but just couldn't
Game.
quite close, a little bit out of position.
Receivers 4 games to 3.
So lose the opportunity.
4-3 now to Fahey Chapman. And,
I'm liking Ben playing back in the forecourt here. I wonder whether they'd like to do some change-ups, let Kieran just volley for a bit, and he's a great volleyer. So what do you think, Mike?
well, I was in the dead-ons earlier, and I thought Ben had suggested that. I wasn't 100% sure, but I was certainly thinking that that's probably a smart move. He looks more comfortable at the back, and Kieran, has always been a great player at the net.
That's a chase worse than the door. Thank you.
It would seem a
15
sensible
love.
option.
Service
And,
lead.
might be a bit late now, but we'll see at the end of this game as to whether they're going to do it.
Second.
Yeah, that was a bit of a pity, that let go, if you will, of that last game by Ben and Kieran. That was the opportunity. Jumping to 4-3 would make all the difference.
Yep.
But now they're a 4-3 in deficit. 2 sets down. Rob and Chappie come to this end look fairly confident.
Better than second.
Very comfortable. The team really well
Has it
together,
worse
don't
than the door? 15 love
They're combining well
receivers.
together. I didn't do my homework. I don't know their history of playing together. Fred, are you aware whether they played? Do they play together? I have a feeling they might have played together in the British Open last year, but I am 100% sure if my recollection is correct.
they? Well,
30 love has
way-
the chase. Better than the second gallery.
the way they come in behind each other, they're just naturally good players, but they know when they're going up. They've got good sense of each other. They spend quite a bit of time together.
Great play. Good play, Chappie. That ball there hit the
15-30.
glass wall of the mezzanine there, which actually does take a bit of pace off it. So just probably gave Chappie that opportunity to get that back, which he capitalised on. doesn't quite come off the glass as fast as it comes off the rest of the wall.
That's right, and that glass, it was just coming directly for my head if I...
Probably a good thing it was there, Fred.
Chappie had a perfect...
40-30.
Blotted his copybook.
Nice shot, Chappie there. Plenty of cut on.
Juice.
Yeah, Chappie lining up for the big smash off the penthouse, enabling it to drop and just slow the pace down. Good to see pace control like that from Chappie. He's varying his game nicely.
Than 2.
That one was at you. That time,
Advantage. And a hazard.
Had it covered, Fred.
Maybe they're saying something about our commentary. We've been saying nice things about them.
Well, it just really, the match really needed Booth and Matthews to win that 7th game to get a bit of zest back into it, didn't it? And they had their chances, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So there's a little bit of inevitability in their body language at this stage, but you
Hazard
never know.
better than 2. Receiver's advantage. Hazard chase better than 2.
Nice volley from Kieran.
Juice.
Set up by a very good serve by Kieran then.
Yeah, absolutely. Good serve, and Kieran saw that a defensive shot was coming and worked his way right up to the first gallery line there, and that was that positioning enabled him to put that away.
What's the one? Thanks, mate.
Chase worse than a yard. Thanks, Ben.
Chase.
Advantage worse than a yard.
A few end changes coming quickly now. And Rob and Chappie coming up to the service end again. Looking to take out this 5th to go to a 5-3 lead.
Defending a very short chase.
Server's advantage worse than a yard.
Kieran will be more than likely to
we-
wind up on this
Worse
one.
than a
I think
yard.
we're going to see the big backswing on this one, Fred. Chapman going for the higher serve.
Yeah, good choices.
Game
by
to the
Chapman.
servers.
Nice.
5 games to 3.
Made him generate all the
Third
pace on
set.
that.
We've seen Rob go for the high drop serve quite a bit this tournament. What's in behind that thinking, do you think, Mike?
Yeah, just forcing the returner to generate the pace on the ball and ensuring the returner plays the ball
love.
from within a yard of the back wall. Yeah, the high serve's always been a good one here in Melbourne, when particularly if the railroad's not proving effective.
3 and 4.
You can get the odd freebie from a bit of a nick, or force a defensive post. But as I say, even if they can attack it, so long as you get reasonable depth on it, they're hitting it from right to back of the court, which of course gives you a bit more time, and it'll never come super fast because they're generating their own pace.
30-15.
Well,
Bit of a party trick by Fahey.
yeah.
The champ's saying, well, he had plenty of time to hit that as a regular shot. just decides, no, it's about time. This may not have too much more time here on the Melbourne court. This juncture.
We've all seen him hit grills from that shot, which is not on this occasion.
30 all. 1 chase, 3 and 4. 40-30 and a chase, 3 and 4.
Ben gets one step closer to the bar, Mike.
Yep. Chase 3 and 4, match point.
40-30, 3 and 4.
Kieran Booth.
Oh, well, he's either going to get a winning gallery or go out in a blaze of glory on that one.
I mean, juice. Sorry.
Now, our marker, Mr. Tabley, having a bit of fun there.
It's all getting pretty lively out there at the moment.
Advantage.
Well, there's a point for 4-5. Lovely serve. Disappointing.
Juice.
Forced a very defensive return, but the world champ got it clinging to the wall the whole way.
Thank you, Julie Baker.
A nice pace by Rob. Really fighting around the wall. One back at you.
Advantage.
Ben saying I can do that too.
Juice. Advantage.
Match point again.
By Kieran Booth. Kept them in that point. Nice put away by Ben.
Stroke.
If you don't
What a
mind
great shot.
umpire.
What a great
Advantage.
Rob Fahey. Deft touch.
Juice.
Ben picking up one of the shots of the day.
Better than the second gallery, Juice.
So some tight railroads from
Advantage,
Ben,
better
keeping
than
them in the
second
game
gallery.
there, keeping them in the match, but another match point.
Great control by Rob. He's got everything, hasn't he? Some terrific lobs in that game.
Indeed. Good change of pace.
It's a ball on a string.
Better than second gallery. Advantage servers. It's going into. Juice. Advantage.
Great shot from behind the server here to capture the railroad.
Good, Nick.
Deuce. Advantage.
Another match point coming up.
They've had a few.
They have indeed.
And that's the match. Convincing win to Fahey and Chapman. Straight sets. Well played, chaps. Well,
Game
Fred,
7
that's...
match. 6-1, 6-1, 6-3. If people would like to join the players on court for the presentations, they'll be happening in a few minutes' time. So give us some time to set it up and then walk out with a drink, please.
So, Fred, that's Chappie's second Open Doubles Championship. He won the British Open last year with Steve Vigona. First time he's won one with Rob Fahey. So I did a little bit of reference checking after my lack of knowledge a few minutes ago. So terrific to see. He's improved very significantly since we last saw him here in Melbourne a year ago. The improvement is very much around eliminating errors and not trying to overhit balls, and getting a little bit more variety with change of pace as well. So great to see him moving on, and that's probably the big story of the tournament, is his improvement. The 47, nearly 48-year-old master playing with him just continues to look strong as an ox when he plays, and as I made some comments during the game, we're seeing more deception from him in singles. His doubles game today was just very steady, reliable, and did what he had to do. So great to see him still amazingly playing at this very elite level at his age, which is really a bit of a first. So so that's fantastic. The losers today, not a lot they'll take out of this game. I think Ben probably has come in a little bit undercooked in terms of practice, but probably wouldn't be terribly happy with his game today. And Kieran wouldn't have been happy with his consistency. He just didn't really seem up today. He can be a bit of an up and down doubles player, and we know he can have purple patches, but it just didn't really happen for him today. A lot of errors, and he'll be disappointed with his form today. But nevertheless, it was always going to be a tough ask for them against this combination. Fahey and Chapman would have come in as pretty heavy favourites, and that's proved to be the result.
And looking pretty relaxed out there today for the doubles, Rob. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Just walking around, looking pretty comfortable. He's got Chappie to do quite a bit of the running if he needed it, which he didn't. Rob was pretty happy to take as much ball as Chappie. I've got to say, looks in great nick. Hadn't heard him talk about his hand for the last couple of days, so that looks like it's fixed itself up. So hopefully that's not going to be any issue going forward in his preparation for the World Championship coming up in May.
I think that was one of those injuries that was debilitating for a day or so, but seems to be healing pretty well. Just a bit of a nerve issue. So nearly forced him to pull out of the singles, that injury, but he persevered. So we're now going to cross to the court where Owen Guest is going to lead proceedings for the presentation.
Welcome back here to the Royal Melbourne Tennis Club, people who are online. With me this evening is one half of tonight's winning Australian
we'll close
Open
off at the end.
doubles, Chris Chapman.
Doubles Opens in a row now, with the British Open to end last year and now the Australian Open. It's fantastic to play in front of a big crowd and win a title.
It's a fantastic effort, and look, we're just waiting. There's been a large crowd here throughout the week with the Australian Open, and I can assure you there are a lot of people in this club who are very happy to see you playing here. We always like to see you return. Given tonight's match, obviously playing with Rob is always a highlight, but I think if the time is coming, he's going to say playing with you is a highlight as well.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, I've picked my partners pretty well last 2 Opens with Steve Vigona and now Rob Fahey. But yeah, I felt I hit him all right tonight, so it was a good fun match for myself. Kieran and Ben, you know, at times found it a bit tough with us hitting the ball so well. So yeah, it was very enjoyable off my racket, that's for sure.
Fantastic, Chris. We always love seeing you here. That's enough from the broadcast here right now. We're going now to move to the presentation. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, well, it was great to hear from Chappie, speaking on behalf of the winning combination of Fahey Chapman. It's been a terrific festival of tennis down here in Melbourne for the last few days, and it's going to continue on with the Boomerang Cup. Atmosphere's been brilliant. We've witnessed some terrific pro tennis. Good to see Kieran as an amateur out there. Your last comments from you.
Yeah, great tournament and high quality of tennis yesterday in the singles final. Doubles final didn't quite deliver the closeness of a match we would have liked, but still great to see the best players in the world in action here in Melbourne, and great to see Kieran Booth out there, clearly the best amateur in the world at the moment by quite some distance, and still putting in very hard, going to all the major opens. So great effort from him, and I hope he can keep that going. Of course, a lot of the amateurs think that the real tournament's only just beginning, Fred, with the Boomerang Cup around the corner. So great turnout from all around the world for the Boomerang Cup here in Melbourne. Handicap doubles and lots of fun. So yeah, we finished with the serious stuff. Pro-Am to come, and then the Boomerang. So I don't think we'll be televising the Boomerang, but all good.
On that note, I'll put out a invitation to all amateur players to come down here in 2 years' time for the Boomerang, and all pros to come for the Australian Open this time next year. All right, so we're signing off from Mike and myself in the commentary box. It's been a great Open. Cheers.
Thanks, Fred.